Good afternoon. We'll call to order welcome to the January 25th formal City Council meeting. We'll begin with an invocation from Police Chaplain Robert Besmeyer.
You're welcomed and invited to join me in prayer. Heavenly Father, Almighty God, Comforter and Creator, Protector of our soul, we thank you for another day to act justly, to love mercy, and to walk humbly in your word and in our deed. Thank you for the recent refreshing and restoring rains, and thank you for those who have placed in authority to lead and to serve, to protect, and to multiply the blessing and hope that you have placed within this city and within our lives. Guard our hearts and our minds, our actions and decisions, that they reflect the good and the righteous calling in this place. Protect us from evil. Make us courageous for good. Bless each person here and our families, this place and the sacred business to be accomplished today in truth and in respect. For we pray this in your holy name. Amen.
Please remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance, and I will ask the Vice Mayor if you could lead us, please.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America.
Thank you so much. We'll call to order the formal meeting of the Phoenix City Council. Will the clerk call the roll?
Councilman DeCiccio. Here. Councilmember Garcia. Councilwoman Guardado.
Here.
Councilwoman O'Brien.
Here.
Councilwoman Pastor. Here. Councilwoman Stark.
Here.
Councilman Waring.
Here.
Vice Mayor Ansari.
Here.
Mayor Gallego.
Here. Carmen Cota is with us to provide interpretation. Carmen, would you introduce yourself?
Yes, Mayor, thank you. Good afternoon. My name is Carmen Cota. I will be interpreting for our Spanish-speaking audience this afternoon. Please give me a moment to introduce myself to them. Buenas tardes, mi nombre es Carmen Cota. Yo les serviré de intérprete esta tarde. Por favor, si van a usarme, hable lentamente, pause para darme la oportunidad de interpretar para servirle de la mejor manera posible. Gracias. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Carmen. Will the city clerk please read the 24-hour paragraph?
The titles of the following ordinance and resolution numbers on the agenda were available to the public at least 24 hours prior to this council meeting and therefore may be read by title or agenda item only. Ordinances number G 7069 through 7070, S 49265 and 49321 through 49381, and resolutions 22092 through 22095.
Thank you, and I'll turn to our city attorney to explain the role of public comment.
Thank you, Mayor. Members of the public may speak for up to 2 minutes to comment on agenda items for public comment. Comments must be related to the agenda item and the action being considered by the council. General comments that go beyond the scope of the agenda item must be made in the citizen comment session at the end of the agenda. The City Council and staff cannot discuss or comment on matters related to pending investigations, claims, or litigation. The City Code requires speakers to present their comments in a respectful and courteous manner. Profane language, threats, or personal attacks on members of the public, council members, or staff are not allowed. A person who violates these rules will lose the opportunity to continue to speak.
Thank you. And before we begin the formal business, Councilman DeCiccio is celebrating his birthday this week, so we wish him a happy celebration.
Happy birthday. Mayor, I think he qualifies for Medicare now.
Woo!
I turn 87 tomorrow.
Hard to beat that. Okay. We'll begin with the meeting minutes. Councilwoman Pastor, do you have a motion on item 1?
Move item number 1.
Second.
We have a motion and second. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Passes unanimously. We next turn to boards and commissions. Vice Mayor, do you have a motion?
Motion to approve mayor and city council boards and commissions nominations.
Second.
A motion and a second. Any comments? All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Aye. The vice mayor will now swear in our boards and commissions members, and thank you so much to all of you who serve this community.
All right, please raise your right hand. I state your name. Do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution and laws of the state of Arizona, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same and defend them against all enemies, foreign and domestic, and that I will faithfully and impartially discharge the duties of the office of according to the best of my ability, so help me God. Thank you so much for your service. If you'd like to go, all of the council members would love to congratulate you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. The City Council provides an advisory role to the state of Arizona on liquor license applications. Vice Mayor, do we have a motion on liquor licenses?
Motion to approve items 3 through 12.
Second.
Any comments? All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Any opposed, nay? Passes unanimously. City Clerk, are we ready for ordinances, resolutions, new business, planning, and zoning?
Yes, Mayor.
Vice Mayor, do we have a motion?
Motion to approve items 13 through 100, except the following. Items 13, 14, 15, 23, 31, 41, 46, 49, 68, 69, and 72, and excluding these items for virtual public comment, item 100. And can the clerk please confirm if there are any other items that should be excluded for in-person public comment?
Vice Mayor, Mayor, there are no other items to exclude at this time.
Thank you.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any corrections? Roll call.
DeCiccio.
Yes.
Garcia.
Yes.
Guardado.
Yes.
O'Brien.
Yes.
Pastor. Yes. Stark.
Yes.
Waring.
Yes.
Ansari.
Yes.
Gallego.
Yes.
Passes 9-0.
We next move to the payment ordinance. The first item is 13, stone finish related to terrazzo floors. Do we have a motion?
Move to approve?
Second.
Motion and a second. Any comments? Roll call.
DeCiccio.
No.
Garcia.
Yes.
Guardado.
Yes.
O'Brien.
Yes.
Pastor.
Yes.
Stark.
Yes.
Waring.
No.
Ansari.
Yes.
Gallego.
Yes.
Passes 7-2.
Next is item 14, which is partnerships with taxi cab companies for passenger transportation. Should we have a SkyTrain interruption? Vice Mayor.
Move to approve?
Second.
Comments? Roll call.
DeCiccio. Garcia.
Yes.
Guardado.
Yes.
O'Brien.
Yes.
Pastor. Stark.
Yes.
Waring.
Yes.
Ansari.
Yes.
Gallego.
Yes.
Passes 8-1.
Next is item 15, a partnership with Pride Group LLC to support airport events. Vice Mayor.
Move to approve.
Second.
Any comments? Roll call.
DeCiccio.
No.
Garcia.
Yes.
Guardado.
Yes.
O'Brien.
Yes.
Pastor.
Yes.
Stark.
Yes.
Waring. Ansari.
Yes.
Gallego.
Yes.
Passes 7-2.
We next move to item 23, Maricopa County Community College Rio Salado District, support for college credits for our police officers, police academy students.
Mayor,
Councilwoman Pastor.
I have a conflict. Thank you.
Noting Councilwoman Pastor's conflict, Vice Mayor, do we have a motion?
Move to approve.
Second.
Any comments? Roll call.
DeCiccio.
Yes.
Garcia.
Yes.
Guardado.
Yes.
O'Brien.
Yes.
Stark.
Yes.
Waring.
Yes.
Ansari.
Yes.
Gallego.
Yes.
Passes 8-0.
We next go to item 31, which is a request to acquire real property and assisting the unsheltered population citywide. Vice Mayor.
Move to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Comments?
Mayor, can I ask a question?
Looking forward to supporting this item. The city is trying so many different solutions to make sure we move forward on fighting homelessness. Roll call.
May I ask a question?
Mayor.
Oh, I'm sorry, Councilman Waring, yes.
Oh, that's okay. Sorry, you didn't hear me the first time. So, Lori, is there somebody here to answer a question? It's brief.
Mayor, Councilman Waring, I believe Rachel's here,
I
trying to
guess
look behind me.
very quickly, hopefully they can hear me as they're coming down. We're not, like, it hasn't been decided where or what we're building, correct?
That's correct.
That's information that you'll bring back to us, and we'll have a subsequent vote about this. This is just, we're going to try to do something and then see what the plans are and where it is. And when it comes back, then we'll discuss this more. Is that a fair summary?
Mayor, Councilman Waring, that's absolutely correct. This is just to give the authority to pursue property acquisition. We would absolutely bring that back to the council for final approval.
All right. Sorry, Rachel. A little exercise coming down that hall there for 50 feet. But thank you. I think Lori answered the question. I think we're good. Thank you.
But Mayor, I have a question.
Please go ahead, Councilman O'Brien.
Thank you. So, Lori, you said for final approval, but at what point would City Council be engaged? I mean, if we've done a lot of work and we've entered in contract and the final approval is just to, pay them, that would be concerning that there could be a use of resources with not the proper outcome.
Mayor, Councilwoman O'Brien, the Office of Homeless Solutions will not move anything forward without not only community input, but district input for certain on anything that we move to acquire or lease.
Okay, thank you for that further clarification.
Mayor. Pastor.
Go ahead, Councilwoman.
It's just basically giving the authority for you to pursue property, and then after that, if a property is located, then it will be discussed with the council and that particular council member of where the property is located, and then it would be brought back for us to vote on.
Mayor, Councilwoman Pastor, members of the council, that's accurate. We would be discussing it with you before moving forward. This would really just allow us to do the due diligence necessary to know if it's something that we're interested in pursuing.
Vice Mayor.
Thank you. I just wanted to say how supportive I am of this item. I know you all are working incredibly hard to find as, properties that the city can either acquire or lease. And, with our strategies to address homelessness plan, we've been laser focused on getting people off the streets. So I think this is great because I know how long appraisals can take and finding properties. And with the shelter that we are working on at 22nd Avenue and Lower Buckeye, for those who don't know, we've been delayed a couple of months, hopefully not more than that, because of some construction issues. And so I think this authority to be able to move a little quicker is great. And I just want to put a plug that if anything is found property-wise in District 7 that is not in the concentration where we already have the majority of services, I would be very open to taking on more in the district. So just want to put that out there in case you do happen to find something. That would be great. Thank you.
We ready for roll call?
Yes.
Roll call.
DeCiccio. Garcia.
Yes.
Guardado.
Yes.
O'Brien.
Yes.
Pastor.
Yes.
Stark.
Yes.
Waring.
Yes.
Ansari.
Yes.
Gallego.
Yes.
Passes 8-1.
We next go to item 46, authorization to amend utility
Mayor.
assistance contract with the Arizona Community Action Association doing
Mayor.
business as Wildfire.
Mayor, I apologize. This is the city clerk. We did-
41, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Next is 41, thank you.
Thank you.
Do we have a motion?
Yes, Mayor, I would like to make a motion to approve item 41 with the stipulation that language be included in the intergovernmental agreement outlining a reporting structure for the Rio Reimagine Urban Waters Ambassador. This language will direct the Rio Advisory Board will establish a subcommittee responsible for determining whether the Rio Ambassador to Urban Waters Federal Partnership is satisfactory, performing the duties of the position set forth in Exhibit A, and meeting the established performance metrics.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Questions or comments? Roll call. Oh, go ahead, Vice Mayor or Councilwoman Pastor.
I just want to say this is a great opportunity. We will be working with the regional partners on this position, and regionally we'll be assisting in the Rio Reimagine, and I think this is a great effort on our part as we continue to make it happen. So thank you. The reason why I'm saying that is because I pulled it last time and wanted to know I pulled it because of some of the metrics, and that's what was my motion, and I'm very much supportive of this. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman Pastor. It was very exciting when 2 years ago we began the Rio Reimagine Rio Salado Urban Waters Federal Partnership, and it's exciting to see so much movement in the last few months between our bond, the RAISE grant, and private sector investment. So a very exciting time with this designation of urban federal waters. We can work together with so many partners across tribal communities, local government, and the federal government, and really move forward on so many goals, from economic development to health and wellness and ecosystem restoration. It's great that we're going to have a full-time person to help us continue this momentum, and want to thank those who got it started many years before me. Roll call.
DeCiccio. Garcia.
Yes.
Guardado.
Yes.
O'Brien.
Yes.
Pastor.
Yes.
Stark.
Yes.
Waring.
Yes.
Ansari.
Yes.
Gallego.
Yes.
Woohoo!
Passes 9-0.
Now we go to item 46, which is where we accept utility assistance from Wildfire. Do we have a motion?
Move to approve.
Second.
Comments? So this will let us help approximately 80 additional households. Good news from my perspective. Roll call.
DeCiccio. Garcia.
Yes.
Guardado.
Yes.
O'Brien.
Yes.
Pastor.
Yes.
Stark,
Yes.
Waring,
No.
Ansari,
Yes.
Gallego.
Yes.
Passes 7-2.
Item 49 is a request to amend the ordinance to update the contract terms with Joshua Weiner doing business as Flocus. Do we have a motion?
Move to approve?
Second.
Comments? Roll call.
DeCiccio, Garcia,
Yes.
Guardado,
Yes.
O'Brien,
Yes.
Pastor,
Yes, yes.
Stark, Waring,
No.
Ansari,
Yes.
Gallego.
Yes.
Passes 7-2.
Next, we go to item 68, which is bus stop and transit center cleaning contract. Do we have a motion?
Move to approve?
Second.
And do we have questions? I do not see any questions, so roll call.
DeCiccio, Garcia,
Yes.
Guardado,
Yes.
O'Brien,
Yes.
Pastor,
Yes.
Stark,
Yes.
Waring,
Yes.
Ansari,
Yes.
Gallego.
Yes.
Passes 9-0.
Woohoo!
We next go to item 69, which is green transit technology contract. Vice Mayor.
Move to approve item 69.
Second.
I
We'll
will
go to the
just
Vice Mayor for questions or for comments.
thank you. I actually have no questions today, but thank you, Mario and Jesus, for all of the work that you have done for this. This is a very momentous and transitional vote that we are taking today. What we are approving is 2 separate contracts for our very first battery electric, hybrid electric, and fuel electric cell buses, which will bring about cleaner air, cleaner water, and a bus system and city that we can truly be proud of. Improving our air quality is essential not only for the health and well-being of our communities, but also for the economic and fiscal health of our city. This will make us more eligible for federal grant opportunities that we have already been taking advantage of, to everyday medical cost savings for our future residents who will hopefully have less of a struggle with asthma growing up than our current residents do. This investment in a clean transit system is a boon for the Phoenix of the future. Delivering a zero-emission transit system goes hand in hand with delivering a transit system that is more frequent and more reliable and more attractive transit system as well. When we have a truly clean transit system that every resident can be proud of and excited to use, we'll be able to tout that to businesses who want to set up shop here, as that is one of the #1 things that I think new businesses and companies are looking at is a clean and reliable public transportation system. And it'll also help us better attract talent and retain our young people who call Phoenix home. So I'm very excited about this. It's been a long time in the making, and I really, really want to thank Mario and Jesus Sapien, our public transit director, for all of the hard work on working with so many different partners on RFPs and whatnot. I really appreciate your commitment to transitioning our fleet to be cleaner. So thank you so much. Very excited.
Thank you, Vice Mayor, for your work in this area. With 500 heavy-duty buses, we have the largest fleet in Arizona, and so when we make steps in this area, it makes a big difference. We have an ambitious strategic plan, including converting a third of our fleet by 2027, and then by 2040, 100% of the heavy-duty bus fleet. So an exciting movement forward today. As we meet right now, Nikola has a major announcement that is related to this item, and so wishing them good luck today with their big event. Additional comments? Roll call.
DeCiccio, Garcia,
Yes.
Guardado,
Yes.
O'Brien,
Yes.
Pastor,
Yes.
Stark,
Yes.
Waring,
Yes.
Ansari,
Yes.
Gallego.
Yes.
Passes 9-0.
Woohoo! Did that one.
we're good on clean tech as a city council. Item 72 is to amend the city code to add an article to Chapter 2, establishing a Vision Zero Community Advisory Committee. We'll ask the clerk to read the title, and then I'll turn to the vice mayor.
Item 72 is for ordinance number G7069, an ordinance amending Chapter 2 of the Phoenix City Code to establish a Vision Zero Community Advisory Committee.
Move to approve?
Second.
Comments? Looking forward to supporting this one. Tomorrow marks the 1-year anniversary from when we took action at the policy session to become part of the Vision Zero network and incorporate Vision Zero into the goals of the city's comprehensive road safety action plan. It's been a big week for roadway safety. We had yesterday at our policy session another unanimous vote related to that topic. Want to thank those who have helped us get so far. We celebrated the Vision Zero Committee with a group that included the Urban Phoenix Project, Phoenix Community Alliance, South Phoenix Concerned Citizens, Vitalist, the Arizona Partnership for Healthy Communities, and Hatcher Urban Business. And we appreciate all the work they're continuing to do with us. Incorporating Vision Zero into our roadway safety action plan will help us be more competitive for federal funds and to understand and get access to best practices. Thank you guys for the work so far. Any additional comments? Roll call.
DeCiccio. Garcia.
Yes.
Guardado.
Yes.
O'Brien.
Yes.
Pastor.
Yes.
Stark.
Yes.
Waring. Ansari.
Yes.
Gallego.
Yes.
Passes 9-0.
Ooh.
Looking forward to having the committee, and I'm pleased to be able to appoint Mr. Tom Callow, former City of Phoenix Street Transportation Director, to serve as chair. We next move to item 100. And I think we'll begin, I believe, by hearing from Mr. Baker.
Yes, hello.
Hello.
Are you there?
We can hear you.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm in the hospital right now, but I definitely want to speak on the issue of the citizen petition. Okay, I'm in support of RC of the petition. I am in support. We are here because the comment was made that people of the community are the admonishment should go both ways, both to the council as well as to citizens, and I would like for the council to support this petition. It's for ARC. I didn't want the petition for me, so I want to thank you all for listening. I would have loved to be there, but I can't. I am here via voice with my representation. And you may hear in the background the nurses don't pay any attention. They're good nurses here at St. Joseph, but we want to be equal with all citizens as well as council members. So we want to thank you all, and again ask for your support on the petition. Thank you.
Mayor, we can't hear you.
Thank you so much for your testimony, Mr. Baker. That concludes citizen comment on 100, item 100. Any council comments before we move to general citizen comment? All right, then that concludes the agendized portion of our meeting, and I'll turn to our city attorney to introduce the final portion.
Thank you, Mayor. During citizen comment, members of the public may address the City Council for up to 3 minutes on issues of interest or concern to them. The Arizona Open Meeting Law permits the City Council to listen to the comments, but prohibits council members from discussing or acting on the matters presented. The citizen comment session is limited to 30 minutes.
Thank you very much. We'll begin with those in chambers with Andy Diaz-Nunez, followed by Ann Ender.
Good afternoon. My name's Andy Diaz-Nunez, present this petition to the Phoenix City Council to ban the use of the City Phoenix Skybox at the Footprint Center by the Phoenix City Council members.
Thank you. I think the clerk has accepted the petition. We'll next go to Ann Ender, and then I believe we'll go to virtual with Nadine Valeria.
Good afternoon, Mayor Gallego, Vice Mayor Ansari, and council members. I will start with an apology to the Public Safety and Justice Committee members who've already heard this, so sorry for the redundancy. But I wanted to let you know you will all be receiving a copied letter to Matt Murray, who is the editor-in-chief to the Wall Street Journal. And this letter, it will be signed by many of the neighborhood leaders that most of you have worked with and know. And it is a letter that will cite the references of our collaboration with Officer Caleb Zimmerman. At one time or another, Officer Zimmerman has represented all of our neighborhoods as our Community Action Officer, or CAO. We've worked on various events with him, such as Gaines, Slope Fest. He attends most of the neighborhood meetings and block watches, gives us updates on the crime reports and the success of the squads. And at any time, he has always been more than professional. So what's most troublesome to me, and I think I can speak for the neighborhood leaders, is the knee-jerk reaction based on a report, once again, from Dave Biskobing, and a letter from Mr. Murray from the Wall Street Journal, a letter that was filled with errors. I looked on the assessor's site, and this gentleman, Mr. Rabin, was on private property. And since when do we open closed investigations based on a media story, once again from a reporter who shows a clear bias regarding the Phoenix Police Department? Nonetheless, having spent most of my career in the financial services industry, I know, having worked in some bank branches, that it's never appropriate to loiter out in front of a bank branch. So with all due respect to the Wall Street Journal and Mr. Rabin, this is not the professional conduct that this Wall Street Journal reader expects from this prestigious news outlet. So perhaps the Wall Street Journal should be more concerned with their policies and the lack of professionalism displayed by Mr. Rabin. And at the end of the day, what's most concerning and what I'm going to ask for is that we all find a solution and work together to now turn around the morale of the Phoenix Police Department and Caleb Zimmerman. So I appeal to work with all of you to do that. Thank you.
Nadine will be next, followed by John Forsyth.
Hello, thank you. Mayor Gallego, Vice Mayor Ansari, council members, Chief Sullivan, and Executive Chief Connolly. I just wanted to speak on two areas of extreme concern regarding the Phoenix Police Department. First, just last week, I heard about the proposed policy changes to the Phoenix Police Department use of force policy. And to me, it's extremely concerning that there is literally no public outreach making these proposed policy changes known. And even if someone does happen to randomly hear that public input is being sought on the police use of force policy, most of the public will not be able to sort through and understand the document. It's a very difficult document to navigate. As a Phoenix native, I find it very alarming that something like this can be moving forward without probably 90% of the Phoenix population having any clue that it's happening. I just ask that moving forward on this, that the appropriate outreach and dissemination is done to get the word out and get input actually submitted. That's the first thing. Secondly, I do just want to express my full support of Officer Zimmerman. I've had the pleasure of working with him and many other community leaders for the past few years in Sunny Slope. I want to thank him for his service to our community endeavors there in Sunny Slope. And Officer Zimmerman has been a CAO in Sunny Slope and the surrounding areas for the past few years. We've been able to work with him at countless community meetings, community events, and answering many, many queries from residents and business owners. He's always been wonderful to work with. And I do just want to say shame on Chase Bank for calling the Phoenix Police Department and then ultimately wasting City of Phoenix resources with the huge mess that this one call has caused and continues to cause. Chase Bank needs to, look at their policies on that. It's not okay to cause something like this. And I just do ask the City of Phoenix to please take a look at what can be done to remedy this situation. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you. John will be next, followed by Elizabeth Venable.
Mayor, Council, my name is John Forsyth. I apologize. I'm suffering from some respiratory issues today, so I'll keep this short. And I'll be in next week in person. I'm the gentleman that called in before Thanksgiving, and unfortunately, I do have a little bit of a bad situation. I accused one of your officers of quoting or saying, quote, he wanted to take off his uniform and kick the shit out of me, end quote. I want to give you a little personal background. I'm a native Phoenician. Somehow I matriculated out of Brophy. I went to college, triple major, graduated in 4 years. I've never had a felony. I've never had a conviction. I don't even have a parking ticket. But while my voice is failing me, I want to read in to the record a couple of things. The first one is Arizona Revised Statute 28-624, and it's concerning emergency vehicles. I'm going to paraphrase this for time concerns. But an emergency vehicle may only exceed the speed limit if one of these three conditions exist. And I'll quote this exactly. If an emergency vehicle is driven in response to an emergency call in pursuit of an actual or suspected violator of the law, or in response to, but not on return from a fire alarm, the driver may exercise the privileges. It's amazing to me how specific the Arizona legislature was that they could exceed the speed limit on the way to a fire alarm call, but the Arizona legislature expects emergency vehicles to actually abide by the law on the way back from one. The other thing I want to read into the record, law enforcement is not included in the Constitution. The citizens, the people, specifically the people, granted the government privileges to create law enforcement, to create law and order. I'm going to make this comment. There's many people in the Phoenix Police Department that hold the citizens, the people, accountable, but refuse to be held accountable by the people. And that's just unacceptable. My nefarious activity that I was doing was following and filming one of your officers behaving badly in the wild. But unfortunately, the courts in House Bill 2319, you can look them up, have justified a citizen's right to film the police at a distance. This is the last thing I want to say. The police demand respect. This is my point. You can only be respected if you respect the laws of the people. I'll see you in a week.
Elizabeth is next, followed by Michael Merowitz.
Hello, this is Elizabeth Venable from outside of the City Council chambers. We've been holding leadership meetings for unsheltered individuals, and they report that despite a recent ruling, injunction from Judge Snow, many of your police officers are still behaving in the same way, perhaps not destroying people's property as explicitly, but are enforcing the law in very similar ways. And it's a policy and practice that we're also very concerned about. I think that it is interesting how when we originally started talking about these issues, they were almost viewed as being fictional issues. However, how the tables have turned. I think that it is very important that you listen to peer input from constituents of the city of Phoenix when you are looking to comply with Judge Snow's ruling, injunction. And I think that it is very important not to just look toward your own predilections or biases when it comes towards homelessness. There are many, many barriers which currently face people in the city of Phoenix who are experiencing homelessness. And police policy and often shelter policy is often inhumane and is not appropriate for a city of the magnitude of the city of Phoenix. I would just encourage you to go earnestly and openly into talking about how the city of Phoenix can go forth with its police department to make significant changes on how it behaves towards the unsheltered community, especially in light of the injunction from Fund for Empowerment Fee City of Phoenix. Thank you.
Thank you. And Michael is not registered for public comment. Do we have Kim Baker?
Yes, Mayor.
Hello, this is Kim Baker. Again, they want to say I am in the hospital, but I am getting better. I sent in a new citizen petition today via text message because I knew it would be here. And it is to see if the city manager's office or the council to consider this. If the city manager's office violated city charter by not responding to my, I think it was November 14th petition until today, which is the 25th of December. I want the city council to look into this. If 15 days is a requirement, then why would my petition go beyond the 15-day scope? And that there are some, I do have a document that I will be submitting. I'm going to go through therapy and get my balance and everything back. Well, I'm going to forward a document to the city in the light of response by the city manager's office not being able to find the date and time of the request of Officer Chief Sullivan, Officer Patrick being related, and Officer Pendergast being thrown under the bus for no apparent reason. There is a document that expresses his name, Officer Pendergast. So I want those addressed. And again, I did send in a text message to the city manager's office today, or to a number that I had to the city of Phoenix. So you will find that message forwarded today. And again, I would like the council to support my petition that is on the agenda today, agenda number 100. Okay, thank you, Mayor and Vice Mayor and council members. Thank you all.
Thank you. We wish you a speedy recovery. That's our final public comment. We are adjourned.
Thank you, Mayor.
Your group has graciously agreed to clean up litter along a specific section of highway for a period of 2 years. As you begin your efforts, please keep in mind that a public highway can be